up and above when it comes to airfares in India. The prices are ridiculous, completely crazy. The government needs to do much more for the middle class. Let's debate.
First, a leading airline had to ground its flights and file for insolvency over engine issues.
There are issues with engine manufacturers. I'm not going to deny that. Close to about, if I'm not wrong, about 50 to 55 planes out of our fleet of 700 today are grounded because of engine issues.
Another is now facing an insolvency case in the NCLT. And if passengers weren't facing the brunt already between grounded flights and ill treatment inside them, now a report by the Airports Council International Asia Pacific has revealed how India has seen the highest surge in the region.
The airline you paid, was that the cheapest option you found, or were there?
This is the cheapest option found, and
what was the most expensive option of the airlines you found?
25,000.
25,000 one way.
Delhi to Ahmedabad.
Delhi to Ahmedabad, 25,000 one way.
Yes.
We decided to check for ourselves.
Mumbai to Delhi flights are almost hitting 21,000, while Mumbai to Hanoi is about 17,000. Delhi to Mumbai hitting almost 24,000 on some airlines, while Delhi to Dubai is at a little over 19,000. Delhi to Bengaluru on some flights, some airlines costing 35,000, while Delhi to Doha just about 19,000. Delhi to Guwahati at about 15,000, while Delhi to Kathmandu, as we speak, is a little over 9,000 rupees. Mumbai to Chennai, 16,000. Mumbai to Colombo, 15,000. Bengaluru to Mumbai as well, about 24,000, while Bengaluru to Colombo, available for 13,000. Let's debate.
These are crazy airfares. You know, there should be there should be a public debate on it. And Jyotiraditya Scindia needs to intervene, because the conversation everyone's having these days, RK and Parvez, welcome, Ajay Kumar Duma, former Commerce Secretary, and Rajat Sethi, is that because Go, sort of has run into trouble and is not in the air, and it's like a duopoly. Indigo and Air India, Vistara, two companies decide what you're going to pay, and they're taking the most advantage out of it. What do you think, Parvez?
No, I think what is happening is absolutely wrong. It is good that the government has not intervened up till now, but there will be a time when the government will have to look into intervening. See, what has happened is very interesting, that Go Air has shut down.
Yeah.
The present airlines have got the load of Go Air. They're also going to endorse all the tickets of Go Air, so that's going to help in their economy. The government has cut down fuel costs substantially. And, first of all the airlines in India were flying almost at 80% load factors. So now the load factors will go up in the range of 90%. So I think the airlines should be a little more considerate, a little more reasonable. And I think instead of the government intervening, they should self-regulate. That's what I think.
No, they won't. Will they self-regulate? You think they'll self-regulate, Mr. Dua? I don't think they will. They'll say, great opportunity, traffic's high, make the most of it. They made the most of it even during the rail accident in Balasore. They hiked the tickets to Bhubaneswar. The airlines are being insensitive. Mr. Dua, Dr. Dua, what do you think?
Arnab, I'm with you on that fact. I think the airlines are going by what the market can bear.
Yeah.
With 100-odd aircrafts no longer in the air, 60 of Go Air having gone, and Indigo's 40 to 50 Pratt & Whitney engines, not yet replaced by the engine manufacturers. So you see about 15 to 20% of the total fleet on the Indian skies is no longer functional. And this is at a time when it's a holiday season, and the people are wanting to travel, particularly within the country, and that's where the airlines have hiked up their fares.
So the government would have known, Dr. Dua.
Yes.
The government would have known That
We would-
go, for example, you're right about Pratt & Whitney. Pratt & Whitney, government kept telling government, I'm sure, that Pratt & Whitney is not helping us. Pratt & Whitney is part of the Raytheon group. They do tons of billions of dollars of business across the world. They benefit out of the Ukraine war. They make money in India. Government didn't put pressure enough on them to help the Indian airlines. Indigo is affected less, Go is affected more. Bottom line is, RK, you have about 70 planes less flying over India. There's pressure and there's demand. But does that mean there is no social conscience
Arnab,
by the
I think
airlines?
this kind of situation always happens. There's a corollary to that. What happens when the crude oil prices goes high in across the world, and Indian government comes in and they say, okay, fine. Though it is a deregulated price mechanism, but then government of India comes in and talks to the oil marketing companies and tells them, okay, keep it moderate. Sometimes it is done just to keep the common man in mind. Sometimes it is done to keep elections in mind. Here too, I do not advocate the government should regulate the prices, but government should oversee this, because this is, cost of operations has not gone up. If the planes are not flying, there is no cost of those planes. Now, this is called profiteering. And profiteering, anti-monopoly, anti-competitive activities are very much in the domain of the government to be regulated.
But government's not looking at it that way.
Government is not looking
Government
at
is not looking at it that way. Is it a monopoly situation between Indigo and the Tata Group now?
It has become a duopoly.
They become a duopoly, which is worse.
Duopoly. Look, Arnab, why is government of India trying to keep Vodafone alive? Because they do not want a duopoly of Reliance and,
But then, Rajat, why do they allow a duopoly between the Tata Group and Indigo, for example, out here? And the point here is, Rajat, if you increase fares by 100 rupees, and then Jyotiraditya Scindia does a meeting in the first week of June, and they say, okay, we are going to do self-regulation, then they bring it down by 5 rupees, it doesn't help. It doesn't help.
No, certainly. I think the duopoly that has emerged is not by design. I don't think the government intends to see a duopoly in the medium term. But that's where the situation is. And I think where the government should clamp down is any kind of collusion in pricing. I think the more serious accusation on the current airlines pricing structure is that there is collusion. And both of them are tracking the prices of each other, the Tata Group as well as the Indigo Group, and are largely profiteering from the situation that Indian airline sector is going through. And I think this is where the government should come in, the Competition Commission should come in. These are effectively the roles where our regulatory organizations, bodies are pretty, adept at doing these things. They should come in and try to control it. But it's not by design. Duopoly is not by design.
But
government should.
Whatever it is, reality is, RK, reality is, as I said, it's cheaper to fly to Dubai or to Hanoi or to go to Vietnam. And in fact, the fact of the matter is some flights, Delhi to Chennai, are costing over 50,000 bucks. You can fly to London from Delhi to half that price. Is it fair? Is it fair to people?
It is completely profiteering, Arnab, and this comes very much within the Competition Commission of India domain, and I think this must be...
Who will take the companies to the Competition Commission? Dr. Dua?
That's
a long process.
They can take suo moto action. You do not need a complaint for that. Competition Commission of India has its own mechanism of figuring it out whether there is a anti-competitive practices, which is collusion, as the previous speaker said. And they can find and put an inquiry and fine the people. And I think the very fact that Competition Commission starts looking into it, I think airlines will understand and they will, work on the pricing.
I think, Arnab, while the question of whether suo moto, the Competition Commission of India, which till the other day was moribund because it didn't have a chairperson, it's just now got the chairperson and the members are still being appointed. So it will probably start functioning. But I think the airlines are taking a short-term view of things. If they keep the price, the airfares sky high, as you call them, and rightly, the passengers, the middle-class passengers who were beginning to fly post-COVID, they could go away to other modes. The trains, despite all that we've seen in recent years or in recent weeks, they continue to be an alternative to flying. And once passengers move away, it is going to be tough for them, for the airlines to recover. Second point I just want to make, we do not have a regulator for airline fares, but we have a regulator for the airports. So what do you see? That the airports have not increased their charges for the last 3 to 4 years, and the airlines in the process, because the market can take more, because there is a demand and there is a shortage of supply. So all of them are making record profits. The year we just ended, the airlines, not only in India, I would say, but even the study which you referred to of the APEC and the Gulf region of 36,000 routes, all the airlines are capitalizing on this situation the way it's happening in India. And I am firmly of the opinion that the Indian aviation must look at regulating the fares of the, and it's not the government, I'm talking of regulators who are appointed under a law who should be looking at.
I tell you this, Parvez, I just want to put this one figure to you, Parvez. Los Angeles to Las Vegas. Los Angeles to Las Vegas in rupee terms, 6,497 rupees. Mumbai to Delhi, 20,757 rupees. Bengaluru to Mumbai, 23,000 rupees. Sao Paulo to Rio de Janeiro, 28,000 rupees. London to Edinburgh, 8,200 rupees. Bengaluru to Mumbai, 24,000 rupees. There is madness. This is complete madness. The assumption being that Indians are richer than people in UAE, Singapore and Australia put together. In dollar terms, we are being priced 35 to 40% more than people in developed countries. And this is exploitative. I mean, this is suffering of a unique kind.
Arnab, we have to remember, the airlines have to remember that the entire Indian aviation success story is because of the passenger support. Today, the consumers have come out in huge numbers, and that is why the growth has occurred. Today, India is number 3, 4 in the world, the fastest growing aviation in the market in the world. That has happened because of the consumer and consumer support to airlines and the large number of people flying. Today, if this is the way the consumer is treated, slowly, the consumer will be off the airline business.
But maybe the airlines think the consumers don't have a choice.
No, but you have to remember one thing, that not all are business travelers. There are people traveling for death, hospitalization, exam,
but
emergency.
Do the airlines care?
How will they be able to afford
Didn't the
this?
prices go up? No, but do they care?
Arnab, I think it is a complete profiteering, and there is no question of them worrying about the consumer. They are running a business, and unless there is an oversight, nobody is running charity here, and nobody expects them to run a charity.
Nobody wants them to run charity, but there should be a balance somewhere. There should be a balance somewhere.
That's where the regulator would come in handy. There is balance the consumer interest versus the providers.
You need a regulator. I mean, they are not benevolent, benevolent charitable organizations. They are profitable businesses who will do what they think is necessary.
But the
regulator is needed.
At least put an upper limit.
Regulator is needed.
The government can put, or at least the airline should have some transparency in what rates with fares they're selling. There is absolutely no transparency. You go on the net, the share fare will show 40,000. At what rate, what tickets will, there should be some justification for those kind of fares. And Arnab, if you remember, during COVID time, the government had the lower fare and an upper fare.
No, I know, I appreciate.
Mechanism to do it, regulation.
No, I think there is a. I think the Tatas are a group with social sensitivity, and we are proud of the contributions of this group to India's industrial sector and India's aviation. I think the Tatas should take the lead. I would say, the Tatas should take the lead as far as this matter is concerned, and set the right example in this, because passengers are suffering. If Tatas take the lead, if Air India and Vistara take the lead, Indigo will be forced to follow.
Forced to follow?
Yeah, will be forced to follow. And I would like a campaign on this. Crazy Airfares is our campaign. Ladies and gentlemen, we are tracking this. I thank everyone for their views.
Thank you.
And truly, it's scary. I mean, I've been flying Delhi to Mumbai and Mumbai to Delhi and back, and it's frightening. It's frightening. And I shall see you tomorrow at 9 o'clock, ladies and gentlemen. Soon, tomorrow evening, without fail. Be with me. Good night and goodbye.